Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at Masacre. Right, so when I was uploading the videos yesterday, I definitely must say that I did miss a few things about Masacre. Therefore, I didn't think that his change is going to be as meaningful as it is. Honestly, it's just my mistake, because I didn't notice a couple of things in this ability description. And now that I have familiarized myself with it more, I definitely do think that it is worth video and the discussion. Right, I think it will serve better purpose to use the image that Cam from Podcast of Champions has provided. If you do not follow him on Twitter or YouTube, you definitely should. I will leave a link to his YouTube channel in the description. But let's jump to that picture. Let me just skedoodle it to the side of Masacre. Here are the changes that effectively are happening to the champion. Now his base stat crit rate is increased slightly, but for a champion like Masacre, it's very important. You kind of want every single crit that you can get, so that is a neat little addition. Now on hit, energy damage failed incinerate is increased from, well, basically doubled, but that is alright. That's helpful, but it's not going to be what is making the biggest difference. The biggest difference that I actually missed yesterday was ignition charge's duration is increased from 12 to 20 seconds. And also your ignited state duration is increased from 12 to 20 seconds. And that is a massive change. It's an 8-second increase. It's huge. It means that it will be much easier to get his bat ignited. And it also means that you will have significantly easier time to deal damage once it is ignited, because you're going to have a much bigger window of opportunity to strike the opponent with the bat incinerated. Now, there is also a change that I absolutely hate, that I think contradicts what Masacre was doing. It opens up some new options perhaps, but I don't think it's going to work well at all. So he used to gain disorient on his special 1 if opponent was incinerated. Now he only gains it if opponent is not incinerated. And that's just the thing. Your entire goal is to put incinerates on your opponent. So this ability, realistically, will just be something that now is pointless on a champion in most situations, I think. Now, obviously, it also offers you like an alternative way of playing him, where you want to focus on having opponent disoriented instead of incinerated by foregoing most of your damage output. But let's face it, you're never going to use Masacre as an ability accuracy reduction champion for that disorient. The disorient is not potent enough to make it worth it, nor he has the rest of the necessary utilities. So I absolutely hate that change. And I think in some ways it actually hurts the champion quite a lot. Now, they have increased the duration of disorient and some other things, but it doesn't matter. Fact of the matter is, if you're playing the character right, if you get your bat ignited, if opponent is under 10 incinerates, you lose your disorient. It's as simple as that. So opponent ability accuracy reduction is out of the window there. It was never the main selling point of the champion. It's just I don't understand why take it away if you're playing the champion correctly. So I don't like that at all. Now, they have increased the special 2 damage, gave it more block penetration if opponents incinerated, increased the damage, also slightly increased the time of his miss mechanic, where opponents can't like land a hit on you after you shoot it in the block. And there are a couple more nice changes. Sig trigger has been changed from no debuffs to no incinerate specifically. So signature ability has become significantly much more useful, because now you can parry and hit opponent and still benefit from it. And you're also, the chance cap is also increased, so the Sig is more effective. So there are a lot of good things definitely about the champion. And I do think ultimately Masacre will be a lot easier to play. If you were one of the people who were perhaps struggling to consistently get the bat ignited. And even I like using Masacre. I used Masacre in Act 7 exploration. I like to use him in plenty of other content. I just find it incredibly fun. and I did think he's quite a decent champion. Now, he has been made easier to use for everyone, which is a good thing, which I think is one of the things why people kind of like shied away from using this guy. It's because ultimately he was quite demanding. He really, really kind of like demanded you to land those hits in the block and stuff like that. Now that you have more chance to crit organically and much, much more time to build up to 10 ignite charges, or however they're called, it's going to be a lot easier to get his bat ignited and the entire process started. But at the same time, removing the disorient kind of makes him worse for people who were comfortable to use Masacre before. Now his damage is going to go up 100% thanks to increased ignited state duration. You're going to have much longer time where you can just keep on stacking the incinerates and all that stuff. But I don't know. The reason why I'm mentioning this is because later today I'm going to be making another video, which I should have possibly talked about more in Hood's champion review. Because I don't think I feel comfortable with Kabam taking away abilities that people may or may not have ranked these champions up for. And in this case as well, the way I look at Masacre, it's more damage for less accessible utility and easier usage. Now, for most people, Masacre will be a better champion now after the changes. But there will inevitably be a group of people who will lose something from Masacre if they played him already. And that doesn't seem like a buff as much as it seems as a change. When you look at the buff, you typically look at upwards direction. And this seems you're taking one champion and making him into a different champion, much like it does feel with Hood now. And even to a degree with Seal Warrior, because Seal Warrior also got ability, utility taken away. So I think it's definitely worth discussing, because not everybody's going to be happy. Even about Masacre change, not everybody's going to be happy. There are plenty of people who are well unhappy about Hood change as well. So we're going to get to that. But ultimately, I do think this is a quite meaningful change. I do think Masacre is going to be a lot more user-friendly. I do think he's going to have slightly more damage than he did. But I also think that he's kind of like robbed a bit, to a degree, from his disorient on level 1, which I'm not a big fan of. But that is it. Obviously, the ultimate final conclusions must be drawn after the buffs have gone live, after we have had a chance to actually play them, use them, see what they're useful for, and all that good stuff. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you did, hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit all the cool buttons. Check out Cam's channel. He has started posting a ton of useful videos, and I will catch you guys soon. See ya. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about